Hi everyone and welcome to my Fat Fridays. So on my channel A Mum's Life, every Friday, I'm hoping between 9 and 10 p.m. I'll be uploading a Fat Friday video. I, Christina, at the age of almost 24, am still extremely morbidly obese. I've been obese most of my childhood. I've been big. I always have been. Not that, I haven't tried to lose weight. I really have. I've done shakes, replacement meals, replacement bars, counting calories, eating really healthy, pretty much starving myself. I've been prescribed weight loss pills by the doctors. They've started talking about surgery, and I know I can do this myself. I've spent a lot of time looking into things that I thought might help, and somehow about a year ago stumbled across this low carb high fat. Now, to me, that sounds insane. Does that sound insane to you? Eat fat, lose weight, like that can't be right. That's not what we've been taught our whole lives. Well, I have done a lot of research, a lot of reading, a lot of looking, a lot of bystanding essentially, and watching people in this process, and holy shit, it makes sense. It makes so much sense. I will do a video with a lot of information about it, and any questions you have, post about it. I'll hopefully have some links of some actual medical journals or world-renowned nutritionists that eat this way. There are athletes, professional athletes that eat low-carb, high-fat diets. That says a lot. Fat is not our enemy, and in this vlog, we'll prove it. So, I'll be going through things like my measurements, my weight, how I've been feeling, the foods I've been eating, maybe a couple of recipes here and there, and it'll pretty much just be a video series update of mine and my husband's journey. We want to change our lives, we want to be healthy, we want to be the best we can for our kids, and we want our kids to be healthy. We don't want them to go through the type of ridicule we went through at school. Granted, bullying happens about almost anything these days. Kids are little assholes. But I want to make them healthy and happy and pain-free, inflammation-free, all of it. So tonight is Thursday, and I'm actually going to be preparing hubby's breakfast for tomorrow. He starts really early. He can't really eat when he first wakes up, but on the drive to work or once he gets to work, because he generally has 10 minutes, that's when he'll eat. So I'm going to make something really easy, really simple, and then I've got to figure out lunch. Wish me luck. Okay, so one of the biggest things with this low carb, high fat is you eat very minimal amount of carbs. So under 20% of your daily intake, or what's considered normal for your daily intake at the moment. So it's about 5 grams of carbs per meal if you eat 3 meals, 4 meals, and like 3 meals and snacks type thing. But what you eat is still amazing and filling. You will be full, you won't be hungry, no cravings, and you will have energy. Don't think you won't. Okay, so hubby's breakfast is going to be cheese stuffed meatballs. So we got butter, Australian beef. Oh, Australian beef and lamb. Shit, I didn't read that. I just thought these were beef. It's got a little cup. Oh wow, guys, that smells amazing. I don't like usually mixing my minces. I'm not a big fan of that. Cheese, big block of it, and good old pure fat butter. This is going to make me skinny. My children don't have issues trying to eat this out by the block. So I'm going to make these. I'm going to show you part of the process. And for his lunch, he actually has leftover dinner. I totally forgot I already did this. So we have a container. Look at all that fat. That's natural fat. That's really good. That will keep his meat nice and juicy. Taco mince, sour cream, another fat, and cheese to melt on top. More fat. Well, dairy and fat. But hubby's lunch, he won't be hungry after this. He just won't be. I'm just going to cut it up into tiny little pieces because the meatballs are small. And between the cheese, the frying it in the butter, and a bit of cheese on top, you're not going to need a lot. So he's going to get 4 meatballs for each morning. Yes, my hand's being washed. Just kind of make a little hole. And then I put 2 pieces of cheese, so it kind of looks like this much. This is 2 pieces. Maybe even I'd do a third with that because it's tiny. But then you just kind of form the ball around it. No holes. Let's cook. Okay, so butter first. When I mean, like, this is all about the fat, guys. All about the fat. Into the fry pan. Maybe a bit more. Who doesn't like butter? It's salty, which is good because it's good for seasoning. Don't mind my dirty stovetop. I do need to get it clean tomorrow. Dinner got very messy. So the butter is melting. Hurrah! My meatballs are ready. See, guys, these work so well. And the cheese, there's still some cheese there, but I'm not going to eat it now because it's cheddar. You know, food poisoning. That's how you get it, guys, if you eat that cheese. I'm going to wash my hands before I touch that cheese. Okay. So the butter is melting. This is my favorite pan, for sure. Now, when I found this way of eating, I found a particular blog. I won't mention it without permission of the blog owners. Because I don't want this to reflect badly on them. They've done amazingly with this. They have real results. They've done this. I'm now just starting to do this. But they have a KISS method to it. Keep it simple, stupid. There's a good list, a bad list, and a tiny little itty bitty amounts every now and again won't kill you list. And so that's how I'm doing this. I'm not counting grams of anything, not carbs. I'm just going to eat off the green list, which is the good list, which is very low carb fruit. Well, not fruit, really. Berries, vegetables, meat, fatty meats, dairy, fats, no seed oils, no grain, no wheat, no nothing. No sugar, nope, and I'll explain in another video why. Alright, so, oh my god. Butter is ready to go, guys. Let's get our little meatballs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't these look so good, guys? So, guys, this is the end product. 4 little meatballs. The cheese is just starting to ooze out. I usually make these myself, and I do tend to make them a little bit bigger because I have made them before. We have tried a lot of this food. Can't put that in the fridge yet. Condensation's disgusting. I usually make them a little bit bigger, so I haven't had the cheese ooze out before, which has been really lucky. But this is just a shame. But, you know, this was a $5 pack, and this is 5 days worth of lunch. It's pretty decent in the carbs aspect, so it really isn't that bad for, you know, just a I don't have time option. I don't have the time, I haven't had the energy, I've been extremely fatigued to do anything. So, you know, creating meatballs is the last thing I want to be doing. But hey, we got through it. His breakfast is done, his lunch is ready. He's set for a low carb, high fat day, and then there's just me at home tomorrow, which you guys will see. Okay, so one of the easiest breakfasts I've come across in this low carb, high fat diet would be a drink. Now, I don't want to see what that noise is. What are you doing? Hi, buddy. Aww. So this is just 100% coca. Let's have a look for something. Coca? List of ingredients. Well, it just says coca. List of ingredients, coca. So that, some sweetener, but there are good sweeteners and bad sweeteners. Pretty sure stevia is a good sweetener, so use that one. I also like to use a tiny amount of vanilla. Just kind of takes away the bitteriness from the cocoa. And look, some people you really have to be 100% strict for this to work. Some people you don't. Some people it's kind of, you know, a little bit more and get away with it. Being extremely morbidly obese, I can get away with a little bit more than normal people because of the fact that I have so much weight to lose, which we'll get into. You'll see my little book and all that. I'll do that in a moment. So yeah, pretty much that. And on this way of eating, there is no milk. It's actually really full of sugars, but I have cream instead. So you can either add a little bit of water to cream to make it like a milk. I like it thick. I've really grown accustomed to thick, creamy hot chocolates in the morning. But this little drink will keep me genuinely full and full of energy until probably 1-2 p.m. That's a long time. So I'll make that. Okay guys, so I just finished making my drink. I probably put... Yes, she does, baby. Alright, so we got the cocoa powder, about less than a tablespoon. I don't use a lot. A teaspoon of sweetener because I need it to get rid of the bitter, along with 1 or 2 drops of vanilla, and I use a lot of this. I don't use a lot of cream and I like it as a meal. So I use a lot of this. I'm not a big day eater, so I like to make this a very filling meal / drink. It's also high in fat. It does have more carbs, but I eat less during the day. Therefore, allowances are made. Same with hubby and work. Like, he has a lot of protein, but that's kind of all he eats. And he works for 12 hours. Can you hear the kids in the background? Alright, I'll show you how it looks. So this is it. You can't even tell that there's cream in there. Some people do like to put a bit of butter in it to add like a sweet, salty taste. So what I'll do right now is I will just quickly explain the other drink that people have a lot. It's called a bulletproof coffee. So they have just their coffee, boiling water, 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, 2 tablespoons of butter, and... well, something around those measurements, but people vary to how much their body can tolerate. And then they add in 1 or 2 tablespoons of cream. I like more cream in my hot chocolate of a morning, which isn't every morning. It's just the mornings when I really don't feel like eating. Otherwise, I usually have mushrooms, bacon, eggs, avocado, anything under the sun, lots of cheese. So yeah. Like, these are really easy, cheap options. You can make a coffee on your way to work. You can make a hot chocolate for on your way to work. You could have a Ziploc bag with some salami and some cheese and... ooh, yum! Guys, I thought I would show you. This is pretty much what it is. So, my Fat Fridays little diary. This is starting weight, current weight, lost, nothing yet. Hopefully by Friday we'll be able to fill that in with a nice number. These are my measurements. So, while scales and weight are important, measurements tell a bigger picture of how much weight you're losing. So, these are all my measurements. Obviously, I haven't lost any because I've only just started. Hopefully, next week I'll be able to fill that in when I turn the page. And look, I kept at the bottom. I thought I'd keep track of how I'm feeling, what symptoms I'm having at the moment. I have such severe back pain. I'm sleeping terribly. I'm always nibbly, but never actually hungry. Like, I always just want to eat something, and I'm always so freaking tired. Crazy fatigue. Crazy fatigue. So the kids have just woken up from their nap, and they're having their lunch. It's actually about 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So I've gone from 8 a.m. this morning till 2 without feeling hungry at all. I'm not really hungry, but I feel like I need a boost. I feel like peckish. You know how we then start grazing for hours. So what I've done is hubby was lucky enough to come home with a big chunk of ham, like a $35 chunk of ham the other day. So I've got ham and a slice of cheese. It wasn't very big, maybe the size of a cracker. And I've eaten about half of it. I'm feeling pretty good and pretty full and really satisfied. I've got plenty of energy. I have plenty of cleaning to keep doing today. Catching up from the weekend. But yeah, no, this has been great. It's just a piece of cheese. It is processed. I should have cut normal cheese to be really good. This is essentially a no-no, but I was doing the kids' lunch and I'm being lazy. But hey, it's one little mistake and I know my dinner's going to be solid. I know my breakfast was solid. it's not the end of the world, and we'll just keep going and we'll just get better and better at our food choices. So one of the things I have been really addicted to the whole time, I used to drink the unhealthy version of it when I was younger and all that stuff, but I've always loved it. Flavored water. I like lemon. I find a couple of slices of lemon in water, and like tap water, not cold water. Tap water I find has leaches the flavor out of it, and it tastes so good. It's so refreshing when you get sick of water, because obviously cordials and soft drinks are all a big no. This is a really nice change. Okay, so I did my weight this morning and my measurements. It's taken me for a little while to kind of get it from the scrap of paper into the book, and the kids are currently busy, so I just thought I'd show you, since I'm not confident enough at this point to actually stand on the scales and show you. Give me a week or two and I'll probably be there, but at the moment it's just all being written down. I'm keeping a track of it, what I weigh, what I lose. You'll also be able to see a post through my Instagram with my before picture, the scales that I'm standing on, and the low carb high fat cookbook I have, which I'm really excited. So I'm going to do, I think, a 3-way post about it, and then just a standard before picture. But I'm nervous, like it's giving me the sweats. So, but anyway, so my starting weight as of this morning to start the change of my life was 139.7 kilos. That's a lot of weight. And my measurements are pretty much all at, let's put it this way, bust is 124, waist is 122, hips 152, arms 46, legs 87, 85. Hopefully I'll lose centimeters, hopefully I'll lose weight, hopefully I'll get that smoking bod I've always dreamed of, and you know, comfortability. I've also made sure, guys, I will show you in a second, I'm really excited for this, guys. I'm really excited to change my life. I'm really excited to share it with you. I really hope this, well, I don't need to hope that it works. It will work. The science of it is down pat. It makes sense. It's probably the first thing I've heard about how to lose weight that makes genuine sense. It doesn't take long to wrap your head around, besides the fact that, you know, you got to try and think of fat as a friend and not as a foe, which is what we've been brought up with, which it's crazy. There are quite a few documentaries up there. Fed Up is one on Netflix about sugar. Amazing. It does talk about this particular diet briefly. There are athletes out there who have done this for years. There's so many people who do this. They're a diabetic, low carb, high fat, or keto specialist. Hopefully I can get the life I've always wanted. I will be proud of myself. This is more for me than anything. I need to be held accountable. I need support, and I need lots of support, which is my biggest problem. It's so easy at my weight to feel like a failure, even if you are losing decent amounts, because you are still so big and still have so far to go. So guys, if you are watching, thank you so much. Hopefully the rest of the day I'll be really good and I'll eat really well, and not cheat or anything like that. We have thrown most of it out, but there are bits and pieces there that I'll let the kids finish eating and then wean them onto this way of life and see how they go, because it is good for kids, but they do have a higher carb load than adults, so they do have more accessible things, but it just means give them more veggies. They don't need bread. It is like cement. Your body doesn't even digest it properly. I learned that in primary school, and I ate it for years. I don't understand. But yeah, so yay. Hi guys, just thought I'd round off the vlog. It's pretty late here. So dinner didn't go to plan. I know I promised you footage, but the pork meat ended up being off. Everything was shut, so we had to, you know, pick the best of a bad situation type thing. It ended up being takeaway. Not a great start, but hey, I have another 5 days to improve, make better food choices, and, you know, go from there. Sometimes there's things you can't help, but we made the best of a worse situation, stayed away from any buns, pasta, bread. So it'd just be little hidden things. But, you know, if you've watched this video, thank you so much. I hope you follow me with my journey and we can support each other, and I'd love to hear some success stories and things like that. So look, thanks. if you'd like to subscribe, that'd be awesome. Like, comment away, I don't mind. Well, I'll see you next Friday for another Fat Fridays.